What is something no one tells you before becoming a crypto developer at student?
The one thing that they didn't is that while building, right, while building for users that your obviously just your code is more than just code, right? It's very important because your code is powering infrastructures, and if you mess up with your code, like you do not take into consideration some important edge cases, users will end up losing a lot of funds. So as a crypto dev, you need to understand that your work is very important and you don't have to be careless about it.
Do you need to have a software engineering degree to become a blockchain developer?
No, in my honest opinion, I don't think a software engineering degree is actually important to become a blockchain developer. As far as you can prove that you have the skills and you're good enough, you can actually become a blockchain developer without a software engineering degree.
What's a common misconception that non-developers have about building on blockchain?
I feel like if we're taking into consideration non-crypto that are still on the team, right? Most of the time they are thinking just ship it and then later will iterate, right? So coming from security point of view, right? That's actually very, very wrong. I believe that security should be very paramount. You have no business going live, going mainnet without being audited at least 2 or 3 times, because your developer feels he has done a lot, right? Or you feel like your developer has gotten your MVP working, right? But behind the scenes, there are things that an attacker would look at and find a loophole that your developer did not even think was possible. So instead of rushing into mainnet, I feel like you need to take your time, have several audit sessions, and make sure that before going live, that your product is actually very safe.
Why do you think most dApps today still struggle to go mainstream and attract with general users?
It's the user experience. Non-crypto users do not really care about what the blockchain is, right? They just want to use your application and make sure that it works, right? They just want to go on your application, do whatever they are doing, and then move on. But most of the time, if they actually need to go through 20 minutes of documentation and maybe they need a YouTube tutorial and all of that, 90% of the users are already gone. They are used to things like signing with email and all of that, so it's strange things like signing transactions, approving tokens to be spent, all of that. It's actually what's hindering people that really do not have time coming on the blockchain using our dApps and all of that.
EVM or Solana, which ecosystem do you find more developer friendly and why?
The EVM is more developer friendly for me, especially because I started front-end development, so I learned a lot of JavaScript and TypeScript. Now transitioning to blockchain development, when I was learning Solidity, it was actually very easy for me to understand the syntax. I think it took me a week or so to understand the syntax, at least like know what's going on when I see a Solidity code before diving into learning like how it actually works, how it relates to EVM and all of that. And also we take into consideration the amount of documentation that is readily available for EVM developers. That's why I feel like EVM is actually more developer friendly.
Are there any tools that are game changers for you as a developer?
Yes, there's one tool. This also I did. When I started, it was just VS Code, right? I think there wasn't really any using AI while coding wasn't really popular back then, right? But with introduction of Cursor, I did them with AI coding assistance, and the whole experience was worth it. That was like fun.
What are 3 must-haves you have in your workspace app that you swear on?
My water also speed there, but I can't risk getting dehydrated. I need a notebook, obviously. I need a notebook. There are things I would need to take down, points that I need to check in later. My headsets.
What's your go-to comfort food when everything breaks at 3 a.m.?
I love chocolate a lot. Doesn't matter what thing I'm calling it, whether it's paper, biscuits, or cake. As far as it's chocolate, I'm down for it. And I always have, I think I have a carton of it as well.
What's a non-crypto quality that surprisingly helps you in your blockchain development?
I have 3 of those. I play a lot of games, Call of Duty especially. I read novels and I watch anime.
If you could have dinner with anyone in crypto space, who would you choose?
I would choose Patrick Collins. I don't know if you know Patrick. He is the co-founder of Audits. Yes, I would actually want to sit down with him and pick his brain about a lot of things, mostly security related, because if you go through his channel, you know that he's packed. The posts that he makes on X, all that, he's just packed. He's so knowledgeable. He's someone that I would actually want to sit down with and, just use myself in the discussion.
What's the most burning question you want to ask him?
It's how he approaches audits. It's more than what he teaches on ciphering objects. I just want to really know what goes into his mind when he's looking at a code base for the first time. What is it that actually goes through your mind? Forget the to-do list that we kind of have, like go through documentation, then go through the code, then start putting the pieces together. I would just really want to know, how does he prepare himself for all these audits that he does? How does he do it at code basis? All of them is just mainly security focused.
What large problems do you want to solve as a blockchain developer?
It's just mainly security, honestly. People want to invest in blockchain technology, in products that are built on the blockchain, because with all these hacks that have happening, they feel like their money is not secure. So why would I actually risk it, right? So the one thing I would actually want to solve is why I'm actually pushing everything into blockchain security and resolve security.
If you get one magic wish, what problem do you delete for happiness?
All major chains used Solidity so that I could build on every one of them.
Do you have any advice on how to keep up with new tech updates?
I would say that people need to be more active on X. I get most of my updates from X. Apps, new updates. Basically, if there's any important discussion going on in the tech space, blockchain space,
Who's the most inspiring founder or developer?
still actually Patrick. I like his approach to security. I like what he's doing. He's teaching blockchain development for free at no cost. He's actually my role model, I might say so myself.